Unang-una, no, yung preparations natin sa upcoming May 2025 national and local elections started actually last year pa, no, second quarter. So, based sa plano ng higher headquarters, so we formulated the plan, a security plan, designed dito sa upcoming elections nga. And as I have said, tuloy-tuloy yung ginagawa nating preparations dyan, knowing na yung environment sa baba is constantly changing. So what I'm trying to say is that nag-a-adjust tayo sa plano. We have our plans and continuously we are revising it, we are adjusting it based sa nangyayari sa ground. Sa ngayon, we have 6 brigades, and for every brigade, we have 5 battalions wherein yung composition ng battalions na yan is more or less 5,000 personnel. So, in other words, we have 18 battalions who are committed to perform election duties. And over and above the units that we have here in Central Mindanao under the Joint Task Force Central, meron din tayong augmentation units coming from higher headquarters. So we have the 1 Marine Battalion, and we have another Infantry Battalion, the 48 IB, and 3 separate companies that were augmented dito sa Joint Task Force Central and 6 ID to perform election duties. Based sa mandate of course ng AFP, yung mission actually ng Joint Task Force Central is to help the COMELEC ensure yung conduct ng peaceful, orderly, and credible elections.
Do you have specific guidelines sa mga tao niyo po sa baba?
Yes, of course. Ang guidelines ko is naka-contain na doon sa plan natin. So, of course, based sa situation sa ground, we have these priority areas wherein nakategorize yung mga different municipalities according to election areas of concern na sinasabi na kung saan may red, may orange, may yellow, and may green. And ang guidelines natin dyan is of course put more effort or give focus dun sa mga red areas to prevent or to ensure yung purpose ng COMELEC na ma-achieve yung peaceful, orderly, and credible election. Sa ngayon, very fluid yung situation sa ground. We do have that tinatawag natin na quick reaction forces na we can shift anytime if the need arises. So, particularly dito sa Maguindanao del Sur, wherein the COMELEC has identified 9 red municipalities. So, yan yung binigyan ng focus ngayon dahil because aside from the historical data that we have na nagkaroon talaga ng violent incidents dyan sa areas, is meron din talagang intense political rivalry. And that is what we are trying to prevent to happen, na magkaroon ng violent clashes of the followers dyan sa areas na yan. And we have considered those things, as I have said in the past, na talagang pinag-aralan din namin yung mga different scenarios that could happen. And yung deployment natin ng tropa dyan is designed na it can respond swiftly in case those scenarios mangyayari. Yes.
Okay. Sir, you mentioned that there are still soldiers assigned as security detail politicians po. My question is, how are you going to maintain partiality with that situation? Impartiality, yes. Yes,
aside from yung reminding them of the policy of the armed forces of the Philippines to remain apolitical, ang ginawa natin dyan is that it's not really yung politicians or all the candidates, all the candidates na sa tingin natin may threat, binigyan natin ng security yan. So may naman tayo, may procedure kung paano before giving or before providing them a detail, isigurado natin na talagang may threat ba sa kanya. So we make it sure na in accordance sa policy yung pagbibigay natin ng security sa mga different candidates.
Sino po nag-a-assess, sir?
Mayroon tayong joint assessment actually, it is the AFP and the PNP. And talking of the security, kung minsan kasi parang yung perception natin sa security is that dapat may nakadetail, ganyan, na nakatikit palagi. Sa amin kasi is when we say security is more or the general thing na halimbawa as I have requested dito sa mga different candidates na if ever they have engagement, inform nila sa amin so that if we could provide yung area security sa engagement areas nila or yung sa mga road, kung saan sila dadaan, we are always ready to make sure na everyone is safe. Yung primary objective ng signing of MOU na yan is that magkaroon ng dedicated mechanism to make it sure na yung concerns ng mga brothers natin sa MILF ay makakarating kagad, may papaabot kagad, especially during election day. We know for a fact na pagdating ng election day, talagang maraming mga communications, maraming mga information na dumarating na may tendency na hindi kagad mabigyan ng kaukulang action yung kanilang ginagawa. So what I'm trying to say is itong QRT in constant coordination with the different communities sa ground na at least kung if ever na may mga concern sila, makarating sa ating kagad and then of course mabigyan ng kapulang action kagad through dyan sa different mechanism that we have. Actually, yung base sa plano natin is that we have 9 QRTs. So, ipoposition yan sa unang-una sa different headquarters ng brigades and of course sa other areas din Kumbaga na may unang-una number one na natin diyan is there must be a communication facility. So yan yung magiging disposition ng mga QRTs natin. And then of course there are times na magmo-move din yan from one place to another.
So ano yung mga bawal, prohibited for MILF members po?
Tulad din na nakasaad doon sa ceasefire agreement natin na tuloy-tuloy pa rin yung implementation natin ng napagkasunduan natin na bawal silang mag-move from one place to another wearing uniforms, then of course bearing firearms. Pagdadala ng baril.
Pero okay lang po yun, like grupo sila, marami sila, pupunta sila sa voting centers?
Yes, of course. They can always go out and cast their vote. Member man sila ng BIAC or whatever organization, provided na registered sila doon sa precinct na pupuntahan nila. And we discourage din yung especially during election day, yung mga unnecessary movements para maiwasan yung clogging sa particular voting center. So, ganun.
Unnecessary movements like ano po yun specifically?
So, halimbawa, baka there are instances kasi na I'm preparing to election day,
Yes,
na give priority to the voters, So, yun naman yung natin dyan. So, of course, they can always schedule yung kanilang movements or yung kanilang other activities, giving priority to elections na everybody could cast their vote na without any delay or untoward incident.
Sir, given the peculiarity po of the situation under your AOR, especially with the UBJP participating in the elections on Monday, nagkaroon ba kayo ng extra preparation, kumbaga extra mile preparation?
Yes, tulad ng sinabi ko kanina na yung preparations natin actually started since last year. And if you have noticed, tuloy-tuloy yung ating engagement sa mga different candidates. And of course, this is in coordination with the other agencies, particularly yung COMELEC at PNP. Yung pagsasagawa natin ng Candidates Political Forum. So, tuloy-tuloy yan.
Nakatulong po?
Yes, nakatulong yan. And as I have said, we can attribute yung reduction ng violent incidents dito sa area ng Joint Task Force Central because of the series of forum that we had. At hanggang ngayon, tuloy-tuloy pa rin yan. And aside from that is actually lahat ng mga brigades down to battalions are involved dito sa candidates forum na yan. And over and above dito sa forum na yan, meron din tayong effort na talagang ini-engage natin yung mga different stakeholders separately. So, tuloy-tuloy yung dialogue natin sa kanila, tuloy-tuloy yung pag-uusap natin sa kanila na yung para matulungan tayo, may paabot sa kanila kung ano yung hangarin natin ngayong upcoming local and national elections.
Do you foresee the election on Monday as peaceful?
Yes, with the preparations that the COMELEC, the AFP, and the PNP head or receiving, we are confident na na magiging mapayapa talaga yung elections. And of course, yung commitment ng mga candidates mismo. And of course, yung involvement ng lahat ng stakeholders.
Okay. Sir, walk us through the AFP's campaign against loose firearms po since its implementation. And then, in connection po dito sa small and light weapons program.
Again, we have a plan for that, designed to reduce yung mga loose firearms actually sa mga communities. Of course, we have different approaches, unang-una, yung mandate namin na magsagawa ng decisive military operation. So, tuloy-tuloy yan, targeting yung mga local terrorist groups. So, pag sinabi kong local terrorist group, kasama na dyan yung Bangsamoro Islamic Freedom Fighter organization at saka itong Dawla Islamiyah, yung mga ISIS-inspired group. So, in fact, since sa pag we launch yung intensified conduct of decisive military operations, we were able to recover 637 firearms from these terrorist groups. And aside from that, tuloy-tuloy din yung engagement natin, mga local officials. Actually, malaking factor o malaking role ang ginagampanan nila rito upang maikayat natin yung mga individuals, na known na may baril na i-turn over na lang sa government. And so far, we are successful on that effort.